In today's episode, we're going to be rebuilding the Atlanta Falcons, but with the new addition of Kirk Cousins and Darnell Mooney. Yes, I am fully aware that I am extremely late to this rebuild because honestly, it just completely slipped my mind that Darnell Mooney and Kirk Cousins got signed to the Falcons. And it's because whenever I first looked at this contract, everyone I know has already said this, but a 36-year-old QB getting a 4-year contract, really extensive. It's not completely guaranteed, but it was a lot of money. He had a $50 million signing bonus and $130 million in salary, and I think he had quite a bit of guaranteed money. I don't know the exact contract details, but this is how it breaks down in Madden. You can't have a perfect breakdown in Madden. This is just how Madden breaks it down, of course, and he will regress very, very quickly in Madden. But even though the length of the contract is bad just because he's already a 36-year-old QB, do not count Kirk Cousins out. A lot of people will look at his playoff record and be like, oh, it's bad, it's this, it's that. His playoff record does look bad, but at the same time, he's producing great season numbers. And I know people will be like, oh, well, you always hate on Dak for producing so many great regular season numbers, but doesn't produce in the playoffs. They're in completely different situations. Dak is held up to a standard where people expect him to be doing super, super well. Kirk Cousins here, I don't think a lot of people expect much from him, but he was on pace for a league MVP year last year, and some people will be like, oh, well, he had Jordan Addison, he had Justin Jefferson, he had TJ Hawkinson. His stats were really, really good before he got injured, and it really tells you something that the Falcons are willing to sign a 36-year-old QB to a 4-year, $180 million deal rather than trading and trying to develop Justin Fields. That's all I'm saying. He's a great player, I think, when he's on the field. I don't think he's going to win you a Super Bowl, but he will definitely put up numbers and make the Falcons team a little bit better than they were last year. Definitely throw to Drake London. But it's funny because Kirk Cousins tried to get number 8 from Kyle Pitts. Then Kyle Pitts said, I just want some targets. Then Kirk Cousins just decided to wear number 18. So I don't think Kyle Pitts is getting targets. But if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you like and or subscribe. I definitely would appreciate that. So let's see if we can get 100 likes for a DJ Reader Lions rebuild next. And I'm not going to do it unless we get 100 likes. I'll probably just do something else. But anyways, looking into the team, Bijan Robinson, hopefully we can develop him. I know I don't have Raheem Morris as the coach. I got Buster Cherry. That's me because, I'm going to develop the team better. Bijan Tyler Algier, I honestly think they should trade him to a team in real life because I think he's definitely worth of like a starting running back role somewhere. I think he would be so good with some other teams. But for right now, we're just going to keep him because this is my rebuild. Drake London, Rondale Moore, and Darnell Mooney. Some nice wide receiver signings in the offseason. Kyle Pitts, hopefully they eventually get him some targets. Great offensive line here overall, other than Jake Matthews. Terrible contract. I'm not going to say Jake Matthews is a bad left tackle. He's definitely a good left tackle in real life, but in Madden, this is an awful contract. And I know some people will be like, oh, well, left tackles get paid more. In Madden, though, a little different. He's 32. He's going to be regressing. He won't even make it to an 85 overall. He is an 85 overall right now, but in the next seasons, he'll just regress, and I'm going to have to pay him like $20 million a year. Defensively, very old defensive line here, but Arnold Ebiketie is an upside. Caden Ellis, very underrated in real life. Jesse Bates, Richie Grant, and AJ Terrell here. But in the draft, I think the Falcons will go with Dallas Turner, but I think the AI typically picks Dallas Turner in like the top 3 spots in every one of my simulations, just because apparently he's just so good for no reason in simulations. So I may have to go with a different edge rusher look because he could go earlier than number 8, but I think the Falcons probably will take him at number 8 in real life. So it sucks that the AI took Dallas Turner and Jared Verse off the board, both within like the top 5 picks. I can't do anything about that. So I just traded back a little bit, got a 3rd round pick. It got Leatu Latu out of UCLA. Still an edge rusher, a great edge rusher, matter of fact. 6'4", 265. Hidden dev, great athleticism across the board, A finesse moves, A pursuit, A tackle, B block shedding. Falcons need another edge rusher, and of course, that's what I'm getting here. After the draft, we didn't really get too much. I picked up Zach Frazier in the 2nd round. He didn't really go crazy, so I didn't really show his non-dev trait. Drew Dolman's not bad, but I don't really plan on re-signing him. Darnell Mooney or Rondale Moore, which one do I want to make the 2? Baker here, who is this? This is Javon Baker out of UCF. I mean, since he has hidden dev, maybe we give him a chance in the slot. That'd be pretty sick. We're going to do that. I know Darnell Mooney's a nice slot player, but he can play at the 3 as well right now. Leatu Latu is a 78 overall at the rush. We also got Cedric Gray, who I had in my previous rebuild. I actually want him to get a Defensive Rookie of the Year. Actually, don't want him to get that. I want Leatu Latu to get it. But I'm going to need to move him down to right end. Boom. Now he's over Lorenzo Carter, who's more of an edge rusher than a pass coverage guy, and Cedric Gray is more of like a run stopper, pass coverage type. Laiatu Latu, I think, is going to be really good. Specialist-wise, I think we look good. Hopefully, Javon Baker develops a little bit for our offense. Kirk Cousins, in the short term, this is going to be good for the Falcons, but in the long term, definitely going to need to replace him along with Jake Matthews. But for right now, team's an 84 overall. I think we definitely have a shot at the playoffs, especially with how weak this division is. But for now, let's move into the midseason mark. 3-4 behind the 5-2 Baker Mayfield Buccaneers, who we're going to be playing this week. So we're not going to be able to knock them off if we beat them. But still, we played the Saints in week 7, and we're also going to play them in week 9. And then, look at that. Look at my schedule. It's Saints week 7, Buccaneers week 8, Saints week 9, Buccaneers week 10. Wow, what an absolute schedule. What an absolute monster schedule we got ahead of us. For the weekly awards, D. Alford with 6 tackles and 2 interceptions. Okay, he could have a dev up eventually. I'm going to see what the short week thing is. It's like, oh, there's a short week. How are we going to prepare for it? Or yada, yada, yada. Usually these things are like really stupid. I'm talking to Arnold. Coach Buster Cherry. Oh, no, that's Grady Jarrett. I thought it was Arnold Ebiketie for some reason. Beat the Buccaneers or allow 2 or fewer offensive touchdowns. I'm not even going to look at that. I don't even know why I look at this. Scouting national focus. I think I'm going to go with DB to help out AJ Terrell. For the players ready to negotiate, speaking of AJ Terrell, we got him, and I only have $15 million in cap. Really? Did Kirk Cousins take all that? I need AJ Terrell back, and I'm not going to be able to have the money for him. Can I tag him at the end of the year? Richie Grant. I just don't have the money for anyone. I'm going to have to tag AJ Terrell at the end of the year. I'm losing a lot of people. That quarterback contract is killer, dude. Anyway, and I also have to sign... Yeah, I'm not going to be able to re-sign anyone for right now. $15 million sucks. I'm going to tag AJ Terrell at the end of the year. What does he want? He wants to be historic champions? Sorry, that just isn't going to happen. We come off a loss to the Buccaneers, but let's check out the short week here. Let's see if Grady Jarrett is proud of us and we get any like XP bonus. I actually kind of want to see what this is because I usually never check it. And I just kind of skip through it and we get nothing. Wow, what a waste of my time. We're 3-5 now, 3rd in the division. If we beat the Saints here, I actually want to see this. Let's see if we can beat the Saints after recently playing them and take back the number 2 spot in the division. And we win. 38-30. Yeah, now we got to play the Buccaneers again. Yeah, no, I'm just going to skip to the playoffs now. 7-10, 3rd in the division. What a baller season. Stats and awards. Kirk, unbelievably mid. 25th best offense in the NFL. 30th best defense. Why is it always like this? Like, I always choose a good defense, and I know I do because I literally look it up what the best defensive playbooks are and schemes, and they're like, no, your defense sucks because we say so. Kirk, 27 touchdowns to 12 interceptions, 90 passer rating for someone I paid $180 million to. This needs, come on, dude, you got to do better than this, and he's only going to be regressing in Madden. Bijan, 15 touchdowns, 4.2 per carry, 1,200 yards, well, almost 1,200 yards, not really, 1,100 yards. I'm going to switch probably into the Cleveland playbook and just give Bijan all the touches. Drake London, 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns. Rondale Moore, 6 touchdowns, 800 yards. Kyle Pitts, 700 yards, 6 touchdowns. Javon Baker with 5 touchdowns, 600 yards. Darnell Mooney with no touchdowns, but only 100 yards and 8 receptions. Caden Ellis with 138 tackles, tackles for a loss, 22 for Arnold Ebiketie, sacks, 7.5 for Arnold Ebiketie. Well, at least we have something there. Laiatu Latu, nice for the 18 tackles for a loss, 82 total tackles, but only 4 sacks. I need more than that from him. I know he's just a rookie. 5 interceptions for D. Alford. That's actually crazy. He's probably going to get a dev up for that. 0 safeties and 1 defensive touchdown for Richie Grant. And the Ravens beat the Packers in the Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson wins the Super Bowl MVP and the league MVP, and there are no awards here for the Falcons, unfortunately. In the NFC South, Taysom Hill finally retires, same with Demario Davis, Cam Jordan, James Hurst, and then Adam Thielen on the Panthers. For the team upgrades offensively, Javon Baker has star dev, and then no one else gets an upgrade. Defensively, Arnold Ebiketie, superstar dev. My entire linebacking core now has star dev. That's sick. AJ Terrell has X Factor. D. Alford does get star dev, but he's already 27, so he won't even get to an 80 overall. But for now, not bad at DevOps. I would like Kirk Cousins if he produced more numbers. So I'm going to change this real quick. So I have a 78% scheme fit, which only accounts for weekly XP. This doesn't actually affect the actual gameplay because certain playbooks work with certain schemes and then the actual scheme fits affect player XP as it says at the bottom. But the Cleveland playbook, very run heavy. I want to give the ball all to Bijan instead of letting Kirk get a 90 pass rating for his ridiculous contract in Madden. Unfortunately, he's way better in real life, but in Madden, he just sucks. So for now, we're just going to give the ball to Bijan. $16 million to spend. AJ Terrell's contract just got more expensive. Drake London doesn't want to be here, but I'll accept his option. And then D. Alford, he had such a crazy season. I feel so shitty for letting him go, but I just can't afford to have him. Then AJ Terrell, I can't even afford his contract. We're just going to do the team-friendly 5 years, dump his contract. And then I could tag and trade him if it gets that bad, but I want him to stay on this team. We're going to need to figure out next year. Negative 5.5 million for a team that wins 7-10. Great, dude. Let's move in to the playoffs. Did I seriously just say move into the playoffs? I'm like moronically retarded. Let's move into the draft. These prospects low-key crazy. Dean Kramer or Vince Whitley? I'm at pick number 7. Whitley, he looks pretty nice. What about Kramer? Dean Kramer here? He looks good as well. Solid speed. B zone coverage. C man coverage. Zone archetype. He's 6'3". This guy's only 6 foot. Good speed though. Elite acceleration. A little bit more athletic. A zone coverage. I think I'm going to take Vince Whitley here, and he does have a star dev. I was a little bit worried because usually whenever prospects are top 5 and they don't get taken in the top 5, it usually means they have normal dev. But he does have hidden dev. 6 foot, 188 out of Michigan, 91 speed, 94 acceleration. It's really nice to see, and he's going to pair up with AJ Terrell. In the second round, as much as I like Caden Ellis in real life, in Madden, he's like 29, and he won't develop probably to an 80. So I'm going to take Craig Hardwick out of Boston College, 6'1", 237, hidden dev, 91 speed, 91 acceleration, got that receiver speed, A hit power, A stamina, A man coverage, B zone coverage. He looks pretty sick. Now, this is the team after the draft. Zach Frazier's replacing Drew Dahlman because I knew that would inevitably happen. We're giving the ball all to Bijan this year, so hopefully that works out. Defensively, Whiteley, is it Whiteley? Yeah, Whiteley here. 77 overall, looks sick. Hardwick is a 73, about to be a 74. Looks like the AI picked up this guy named Daniels, who could be a defensive tackle. How much does he weigh? 6'4", almost 300 pounds. He's definitely going to switch to defensive tackle here. Yeah, so move Daniels up. He's a 67 overall, star dev. Clark Phillips Hardwick is starting there. And then I got this guy, Bennett, in the 3rd round, Carlos Bennett, to replace my strong safety. So I'm just going to move him over there. So Bennett's now over at strong safety here. What's his size, actually? I never really looked into it. 6'2", 225. He can definitely play strong safety here. 89 speed, 78 pursuit, 86 hit power. Yeah, this is definitely more of a strong safety than a free safety. Offensively, Kirk Cousins is already a 79. He's just going to continue to regress. So I'm going to have to find a way to remove his contract. Matter of fact, speaking of his contract, what would happen if I cut him now? I would lose $6 million this year, but I could potentially cut him next year. For the specialist, I'm going to put Baker. Actually, let's give Mooney a chance. We'll put Mooney there. Xavier Leggett. Dude, I swear, I get him or Keon Coleman in every draft. The AI just drafts them at some point. I never do that. But anyways, Hardwick, he's definitely going to be the starter. And Gray, I'm sorry. Like Caden Ellis, I love him in real life, but in Madden, he's not going to do it for me. He's going to regress. He looks a lot younger in his profile picture. But anyways, apart from that, let's move into the midseason for year number 2. 3-3, 3rd in the division. The Buccaneers suddenly suck and they're 1-6. Yeah, I deal with that in simulation all the time as well. Scouting national focus has to be QB. I don't think Kirk is going to regress as hard as he does in Madden. And I know people are going to be like, oh, you should lower the regression thing, yada, yada, yada. This is Madden. I increased the QB XP a little bit because QBs regress so slow after having like 4,800 yards in a season. And they'll be like, the best we can do is 2 XP. But anyways, we're going to do QB and see how that works. For the players ready to negotiate, I have $87 million here. Kyle Pitts, absolutely wants you back. 5-year deal, around $17 million a year. He resigns as an X-Factor tight end. AJ Terrell, I can't fix the historic champ things. I'm just going to have to pay this dude an absolute bag, around $25 million a year. He resigns. Arnold Ebiketie, he had 22 tackles for a loss for us last year. He's kind of our only edge rusher. I mean, Latu, hopefully he develops. 3-year deal, player friendly, $10 million a year. He resigns on that. Tyler Algier, if you wanted to resign, I'd keep you here, but he wants to be at the top in the depth chart. That makes sense. Darnell Mooney, he's about to turn 28. Hasn't been crazy for us. Let's see how he does on the stat sheet first. Rondale Moore, he's 25. This might not be bad. 4-year deal, $8 million a year, 25. I know he has normal dev, and he does not want to accept right now. Caden Ellis is already 30. Grady Jarrett's 32. David Onyemata, same case. Everyone else here, not really interested in. Bijan, of course, I'm going to accept his option. Free agency punter, I don't really need. 30 million left. I'm going to need to cut Kirk's contract next season, but for now, let's move into the playoffs if we even make them. 10-7, second in the division with the playbook of Operation Give Bijan the Ball. Here to face the 8-9 Lions in the wild card round, coming off a loss in Week 18 at 21-14 to the Colts. Stats and words, I just said Cork. Kirk Cousins, terrible. 28th best offense, 7th best defense is what carried us. Cork here, Kirk Cousins, 81 pass rating, 19 interceptions. He's gone, dude. I don't care how good he is in real life, how much I give him praise during the regular season. 19 interceptions is unacceptable for someone who's getting paid $180 million on his 4-year contract. Bijan, 10 touchdowns, splitting them another 10 touchdowns with Tyler. I guess they're splitting attempts here, but combined, this is pretty good attempts. 5.6 per carry, 1,300 yards. I guess I should have made Bijan the starter all around, because if he had 20 total touchdowns, definitely would have gotten X factor, but still had a great year, 80 yards average per game. Drake London, not even 1,000 yards. Yeah, of course the receiving stats are going to be garbage if the Kirk Cousins stats are garbage. Defensively, Craig Hardwick, 140 tackles and 3 interceptions in his rookie season is actually crazy, with 6 deflections as well. Yeah, no, that's actually a really good linebacker pick. Tackles for a loss, 25 for Laiatu Latu. Sacks, 11.5 for Laiatu Latu. Breakout season. Arnold Ebiketie, 9.5 sacks, 14 tackles for a loss. Great edge rushers here, finally what the Falcons needed. 3 interceptions for Craig Hardwick. Deflections, 8 for AJ Terrell, 6 for Craig Hardwick, and 6 for Zach Harrison. Safeties on the year, 1 for Arnold Ebiketie. Defensive touchdowns is 0. So it looks like our edge rushers definitely carried us through simulation, but I really, really want Bijan to have the ball a little bit more before we hop into this playoff game. And what I mean by that is to stop splitting attempts with Tyler Algier, but it looks like the AI is just giving the attempts to Tyler Algier anyways, which is technically realistic because whenever Bijan should be getting attempts, they give it to Tyler Algier anyways. So Bijan, I wanted to have like over 300 attempts this year. I know it was only 245, and I know 300 attempts is crazy. I wanted this man to eat so that way he can get an X factor or something, but for now, let's just move in it to the Lions game. Can we beat the 8-9 Detroit Lions to move on to the divisional round with crummy Kirk Cousins? No, we cannot. 31-21, my defense is what carried me. We need to move on from Kirk. The Ravens go back-to-back, beating the Lions in the Super Bowl. The 8-9 Lions make it all the way to the Super Bowl just to lose to the Ravens by 3 points. Lamar Jackson wins back-to-back league MVPs and Super Bowl MVPs. I don't think that's ever happened. And he wins an Offensive Player of the Year. And Craig Hardwick wins Defensive Rookie of the Year. For the team upgrades, looks like my left tackle retired. I didn't even see the retirements. Yeah, so he did retire, just making sure. Odell was on the Buccaneers. Levante David also retired, but I'm glad. Honestly, I don't really want his contract anyways. I honestly wish Kirk Cousins also retired with his contract because he's already a 74 overall. I don't know, it's like, oh, you can change the regression rate, yada, yada, yada. Dude's 38. Like, come on. Unless you Aaron Rodgers or Brady, you probably going to regress this poorly in real life too. But anyways, for the rest of the team, Chris Lindstrom gets Superstar Dev. Maybe he already had it before. Maybe Chris Lindstrom didn't already had Superstar Dev. But either way, David Onyemata, Superstar Dev, even though I'm probably still not going to re-sign him. Laiatu Latu is Superstar Dev. Craig Hardwick, Superstar Dev. Zach Harrison gets it as well. He's already 25. That's fine. Superstar Dev. I mean, saying already 25 is crazy. 25 is still young, but I'm going to have to give him a contract too, is the point that I was trying to make. Now, all these superstars, the one guy that I picked in the top 7 who looked really good, Whiteley, only has star dev, but I'm still fine with that. For the players ready to negotiate, Bijan will accept the option. Tyler Algier can walk just because he wants a starting role. Darnell Mooney really wasn't that impressive. Rondell Moore wasn't that impressive either, but he is and does have potential to develop a little bit further than Darnell Mooney, even though he has normal dev, and he resigns on a $9 million a year contract. Yeah, Darnell Mooney is already 28, which is the age of regression, and he's already a lower overall than Rondell Moore, so I'm not going to keep him. Same thing with Cade Nellis, Grady Jarrett, David Onyemata. Like, why do you get superstar dev but then go down in overall? Like, how is that something EA cannot fix? That's, like, so simple. It's like, you win league MVP, but you're, like, if you win league MVP in real life, you're at least, bare minimum, you're going to be, like, a 94 overall in the game. Like, there's no debate about it. You're going to be a 94 overall X Factor. And the game will be like, the best we can do is superstar dev, and then since you're 40 years old, -5 overall. How does that make sense? They should at least be a 94 overall X Factor and have no regression and gain XP for winning awards, but they're like, you're old. You're just going to regress regardless. It's the stupidest thing ever. But anyways, I mean, he's not winning MVPs. Kirk Cousins is definitely not winning any MVPs with the way he's playing right now, but for now, this is what we got going on. I wouldn't mind Caleb McGarry back for another year, but he's already 31 and doesn't want to be here. So I'll just take a peek in free agency. So I already know I have to re-sign, Drake London for next year, so I want to be conservative with my money, but Ronnie Stanley's here. I want to say I want to be conservative, but damn, I just lost my left tackle, and I have a superstar left tackle who's way better, and Ronnie Stanley here. I can undercut the contract. Let me undercut this bonus a little bit from the Broncos. I know it's just about the same as Jake Matthews, but this guy's a 90 overall, and he has superstar dev. Will he accept? Yes, sir. Undercut the contract. Got Ronnie Stanley. That's the only signing I'm going to get because I only have 17 million left. So QB prospects, this guy is a 3rd or 4th talent, so thankfully I know that because he looks terrible. This guy, Nathan Sidney, 2nd or 3rd rounder, 6 foot, 214 out of Tennessee. I already know he's I already know he's fast, dude. Look at that. 4.61 elite acceleration. I mean, it's not crazy for modern day QBs. C awareness is going to be a low overall, but Nathan Sidney does not look bad. Very athletic, great throw power, second or third rounder. Let's look at the top of the board. I'm currently at pick number 2. Browns were at number 1, but I knew they wouldn't take anyone with Deshaun Watson. Only good throw power, but elite strength, elite acceleration, a lot more. He doesn't look much better than the Sidney guy. Preston Jervis, elite strength, good throw power, elite acceleration. I guess everyone just has elite acceleration. Much more accurate under pressure, but he's a top 5 prospect. Steven Tanner, this guy is a 3rd to 4th rounder, and honestly, 3rd to 4th rounder with the elite throw power, that's actually kind of crazy. I mean, yeah, his accuracy kind of blows. Chauncey Vasher, sick last name, by the way. Solid throw power isn't really good enough to get it done. And then Nathan Sidney isn't bad. Let's see what we have, and let's see how the board falls. Gervasi here out of Syracuse. Definitely doesn't look bad, just good throw power, though. C awareness is what is like kind of like to me. I'm not really liking that. Steven Tanner's not it. But for now, let's see how the board falls. Why did you just kick me out of my own game? What was that? And the game kicked me out of the draft after I literally just scouted everything. The Browns are going to go with the left tackle here because for some reason you have to start again. So let's see how the board actually falls now. It should be the same prospects, of course. And then Vince Young. Okay, that's a different type of Vince Young, not the quarterback. Okay, no QBs off the board. Cardinals, don't take a QB. I think the Rams will take a QB here. No. A halfback? Raiders? QB Joshua Bayless out of Maryland. This isn't the Syracuse guy that I was looking at. There he goes. Preston Gervasi. So, honestly, if he fell out of the top 10, I would have probably traded up for Preston Gervasi or whatever. But at this point, Vasher is like, I don't like that he has C awareness. I know the other guy also has C awareness, but this guy's 6'3". This guy, elite acceleration, has better throw power than the other guy. He also has C awareness. His accuracy, though, is a little bit more consistent. Let me see. Vasher, about the same amount of consistency. The other guy, B throw on the run, A throw pressure, same thing as the other guy, but the other guy is a little bit less accurate, but it's really not much of a difference. It's just about their physical abilities. He has a good speed, elite acceleration, elite strength, great throw power. This guy has elite acceleration, great speed. So do I want to sacrifice throw power for a little bit more speed? And this guy also has 6'3", while Nathan Sidney is sitting at 6 foot. This guy's just got the stature. At a Michigan State, we take another Michigan State quarterback to replace the Michigan State QB that we currently have. The solid throw power is just really throwing me off right now. I think I'm going to take Nathan Sidney just for the throw power. I know he's a 2nd or 3rd rounder. I'm at pick 20. Nathan Sidney, hidden dev, right decision, 92 throw power, 86 speed is still great for a quarterback, 87 acceleration, 87 agility, and then 90 acceleration. Skills are solid. C awareness, though, he's going to need a little bit of developing. In the 2nd round, getting Justin Locke out of Texas, defensive tackle, 54 speed. Dude is dummy slow. How do you have 54 speed and 83 acceleration? Make that make sense. 94 strength, 360 pounds. God. Big boy. A power moves, A play rec, A tackle. It's not A tackle, it's earth. He's literally gravity itself. He grabs you, you're going to the ground. Now I'm signing Daniel Falalele as a right tackle. He's 6'8", 380. He's just going to be a temporary sign. Now this is the team after the draft. Sydney's a 73. That was actually, I was expecting like a 70 or like a 60, 69 overall, honestly. But honestly, I'll really take that at this point. I know that's horrible phrasing, word phrasing, but Sydney, I think I'm going to change the playbook just back to Dallas for now. Yeah, so I'm changing it back to Dallas just for the fact that Sydney could possibly develop here. And if I cut Kirk Cousins, how much will I save in money? I should be able to save money now. I do save money. I will take a cap penalty of $25 million, but overall, I am saving money and I will sign a new mentor for him. Defensively, it was ranked number 7 in the league. I'm not too worried about it other than our new defensive tackles, which may bring our rushing game down for sure, but for right now, it is what it is. I can sign Kirk Cousins back as a mentor QB for only $2 million. Nice, I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to sign the GOAT back where he belongs. I know everyone remembers him as a Washington football player, but Taylor Heinicke coming back to Atlanta. So now hopefully Taylor Heinicke with his mentor tag can give a little bit more XP to Sydney without having to pay him like $37 million a year or $40 million a year, whatever we were paying Kirk Cousins. But my defense, definitely not bad. A lot of superstars on the board. Locke is going to have to step up here in his first year. Xavier Leggett, Javon Baker. Honestly, really happy with the team I have. It just sucks that I have to develop a QB this late because Kirk Cousins didn't work out in simulation. Hopefully Bijan balls out though. I mean, he has this guy named Pippen, Scottie Pippen, Donovan Pippen, 1 year out of Georgia. He was already 25. Damn, he was an old rookie. Hopefully he doesn't split carries with that dude, and hopefully it's just all Bijan. But anyways, 86 overall team. Let's move into the midseason for the 3rd year. 2-5, bottom of the division. My defense suddenly sucks for no reason. It's like, oh, well, you lost your 2 top defensive tackles. They were mega old, and they were both below an 80 overall. But if I lost 2 of my best defensive tackles, why does my defensive passing game suck for no reason now? Explain it to me. You can't. Either way, this game is really stupid. Scouting national focus. Do I go DB here because my defense apparently sucks for no reason now? Sure. $110 million to spend because Kirk Cousins' contract is gone. Yes, I want Jesse Bates back, even though he's about to turn 30 with a 4-year contract. Yeah, kind of like Kirk Cousins' terrible contract. But either way, I want him back. Team has a franchise QB that could change at the end of the year, but for right now, I'm just going to say no. Zach Harrison. What do I want on you? He wants to be historic champions? Sure. As long as he's not asking to be paid as an edge rusher for an outside linebacker, that's actually a nice contract. Matthew Bergeron? No, yeah, Bergeron. Definitely pronounced that right. He wants a mentor at his position? Damn it. I could have just signed one. Whatever. He resigns. Clark Phillips. If he had interest, he wants a mentor. I could just sign one, but fine, I will. Gonna sign Steven Nelson to a 1-year deal just for the mentor tag. Of course, I gotta move him up the depth chart because that's for some reason something that you have to do. So I'll just actually move Elijah Jones down. Steven Nelson, he's actually a 75, so this is actually not a bad signing in general. I have to cut one player. I'm sorry. Somebody wanted to be greedy with their contract, so now you have to be jobless. You have to be jobless because of Clark Phillips. Bingo, bango, bongo. He suddenly has interest. 4-year deal, cheap contract. He resigns. Jalen Jones, no. DeMarco Murray, yada, yada, yada. All these other guys, don't really want them here. Young Ho Koo, of course I want to give him a contract. He's already 32. Damn. Taylor Heineke, honestly, give him a 2-year deal. It's a cheap contract. He can remain my mentor QB. Young Ho Koo, he doesn't want state income tax. Why is it so far in the red? Like, Georgia state income tax, it's really not that bad, dog. Do I want to pay a kicker $5 million a year? Probably not. I love Koo, but damn. He's 32. He's an 81. He used to be like an 85. I'll just wait till the end of the year and then make a decision. Latu, sure, I'll accept his contract whenever I get to that. Drake London, hopefully he finds out that we have a franchise QB. If we even make the playoffs, let's try to move into them. Somehow we made the playoffs, 10-7. My defense is just mid now, and my offense is a lot better. Okay, I guess. Coming off a loss to the Eagles, that's to be expected. Stats and awards, Nathan Sidney here. Low-key a baller. Way better than Kirk. 4th best offense, 21st defense. Why? It was 7th last year. If your offense is good, your defense is trash. That's just how Madden simulation works. For a rookie, 4,000 yards, 31 touchdowns, 13 receptions, 97 passer rating. Way better than Kirk ever did, and obviously he's getting paid way less. Still, great rookie season, honestly. Bijan, please start feeding this man over 300 attempts, but I mean, I guess I switched the playbook back. Either way, 1,600 yards, 5.6 per carry, 14 touchdowns. Amazing year for him. Drake London, 11 touchdowns, 1,300 yards. Javon Baker, 900 yards, 6 touchdowns. Rondale Moore, I'd like you to be putting up better numbers. I did not know you were 5'7". I was under the impression that you looked like 6'1". I'm taller than you, dude. Damn. Craig Hardwick, 137 tackles for a loss, 19 for Latu. Latu sacks, 11.5 again for Latu. 7 for Arnold Ebiketie, 4.5 for Justin Locke, the rookie. Interceptions, 2 for Craig Hardwick, who's honestly been balling in the simulation. It's only year number 2 for him. 0 touchdowns, 0 defensive safeties, 0 touchdowns, and 0 defensive safety. I said that right. Anyways, let's see if we can get our first playoff win in this rebuild in year number 3 against the Bears. We do 14-0. Wow, one of my worst defenses just pitched a shutout. All right. Now it's going to end here because the Cowboys are nuts in simulation, and they re-signed Dak, even though the Cowboys won't do that in real life. Would you look at that? We lost. What a surprise. Let's move into the 4th and final year. The Ravens go for a 3-peat. Lamar Jackson, 3-time in a row Super Bowl MVP. He doesn't get 3-time in a row league MVP. Easily a Hall of Famer here. Nathan Sidney, Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year. That's awesome for his development. In the NFC South, Derrick Henry retires on the Saints. That's really weird. Nathan Sidney goes up to Superstar Dev. That is sick. And then Drake London goes up to Superstar Dev as well. Surprised Bijan isn't getting X Factor after producing 5.6 per carry, 1,600 yards, not even 300 attempts, and 14 touchdowns. I feel tempted to give it to him. 43 broken tackles. Crazy. He had a crazy season. I'm not going to give it to him. Defensively, Latu, X Factor. Hardwick gets X Factor as well. Locke has Superstar Dev. This defense was terrible in the first half of the year, but I guess it got so much better. But overall, I think it looks amazing. Leatu Latu really developing. Even if we didn't draft Dallas Turner, Leatu Latu is doing great. I'll accept that option. Drake London, team has franchise QB. I'm glad I waited for this 4-year contract. He resigns as a superstar depth player. Then I think everyone else here, not really interested in. Why is Young Hoku? He doesn't want state income tax. It's just a big no-no for him. I mean, I guess he was just upset with his taxes in his other country. Yes, I know that may sound like a racist comment, guys. Don't cancel me. It's just a joke. Anyways, Young Hoku, I'll probably try to get him back in free agency if nobody offers on him, but he is 33. I'm sure some of you guys are like, oh, Vic, it's actually not pronounced Young Hoku, it's Young Wei Ku. I'm aware. After free agency, getting 99 overall, superstar X Factor, A.J. Brown. Yes, you see it right. It's a 6-year contract, but thankfully, we're in the final year of the rebuild, so I don't got to worry about that. Jake Elliott, he had interest with the team. It was a cheaper contract, a higher overall. No superstar ability, but it's fine. Just signed him instead. Connor Williams is going to be our new center. Jamal Adams is a higher overall than my current strong safety, and I got Caleb McGarry back because he had an interest with the team. In the first round, picking up a defensive tackle because apparently our defensive rush game sucks. Daniel Culver out of Oklahoma State, 6'2", 305, 91 strength. Great athleticism for being 305. Hidden dev, A play rec, B tackle, B power moves. Now this is the team moving into the 4th and final year. Great offensive line, 99 overall Kyle Pitts, superstar Drake London, 899 A.J. Brown, amazing receiving core for Sydney here. Bijan's a 97. He just has more running backs just to take up his carrying, so I guess it's a realistic rebuild at this point. Defensively, it looks crazy. I honestly, not like crazy. I'm sure I built a lot of better defenses than this, but it's a really nice defense. 91 overall team. We got Blitz Boy here. Blitz Boy, he used to be so good on the Jets, dude. Culver is a 72 overall. I think interior-wise, it's a little weak because of the overalls, but they had a lot of potential for the future. But still, a 91 overall team, I think, is nuts. 4th and final year, we better make the playoffs and more. 11-6, top of the division. Did we seriously get a first-round bye with 11-6? At least my team ranks are good. I'm glad that my team is actually doing good because they're a 92 overall, 96 overall offense. Really? I don't think it's 96, but I'll take it. Stats and awards. See how Nathan Sidney did. He was a top 5 QB, really. How did he do in terms of MVP? Not even top 10? 103 pass rating. I guess he threw a lot of interceptions because top 6 in passing touchdowns. 4th passing, what you would call it, passing yards. 13 interceptions isn't horrible, but it's definitely not good. 4th best offense in the NFL. Buster Cherry, 27th best coach of all time. Best defense in the NFL. 4,200 yards, 34 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, 103 pass rating. Way better than Kirk ever did. And also, I hate that he's wearing Julio Jones' number. I just noticed that, but whatever. Bijan, please give this dude 300 attempts. I know I'm in a balanced scheme, but even when I was in a running scheme, they were just like, nah. Still, I guess it's realistic because Bijan's not getting touches. So, he's still getting touches, but not as many as I want. I want him to go over 300 attempts. Feed this man. 1,400 yards, 5.1 per carry, 14 touchdowns. A.J. Brown, 1,500 yards, 11 touchdowns, amazing year. Rondell Moore, 800 yards, 7 touchdowns. Drake London, similar year. Kyle Pitts, similar year as well. Defensively, Craig Hardwick with 127 tackles for a loss, 19 for Leatu Latu, sacks, 13 for Leatu Latu. I'm really glad he developed in simulation because it's unfortunate that we couldn't get Dallas Turner, but still, it's a great day to be a Falcons fan, I guess. Craig Hardwick with 2 interceptions, safety, 0 defensive touchdowns is 1 for Jesse Bates. Who are we going to be playing in the divisional round? Whoever it is, I'm going to be playing because we haven't made it past the divisional round. We're 11-6 here to face the 10-7 division rivals, the New Orleans Saints. Let's see if we can beat them to move on to the conference championship. And they also have an X Factor QB. Here we are against the Saints. It's going to be a 0-0 start here. We're going to start out with 7 though. Good stuff. And then, 14-0. Good stuff. 96 overall offense. Coming in clutch here. 21-7 at half. 28-7 here. Of course, we're not going to do the Atlanta Falcons choke. Isn't this the Mercedes-Benz Stadium? Don't the Saints have the same stadium name, Mercedes-Benz, or is it just Caesar's Dome? No sponsor, just Caesar's Dome. Anyways, Caesar's Chrome Dome, baby, if you know what I'm talking about. Nathan Sidney, completely off track. 28-7 win. Nathan Sidney, 3 touchdowns to 1 interception. Really, really good game from him. But let's move into the conference championship. And of course, the Cowboys, my favorite team to play in simulation. Yay. Here we are against the Cowboys. Please, defense, do well. 7-0 start for the Falcons. They're going to respond 7-7 tie game. 14-7 here. Falcons get the ball back. 17-7 at half, actually 17-10. Cowboys clutched right before half. Tied up once again, 17-17 in the fourth quarter. Please, no Falcons choke. 24-17. No, not a Falcons choke at all. Falcons clutch, dude. What an absolute lockdown from my defense in that fourth quarter. Only holding the Cowboys to 17 points all game. Surprisingly, wow, Dak blows in this simulation. I rarely say that for simulation. In real life, he does blow. But,
oh, he's actually really good in the regular season, Vic. You don't know anything about Dak Prescott. He's really good in regular season.
I don't give a fuck about the regular season. He's dick in the playoffs, dude. Nathan Sidney, though, obviously not. He's taking us to the Super Bowl. We're here to face the 9-8 Tennessee Titans. Do a little auto upgrade for players here. Bijan Robinson is now a 99 overall X Factor. Well, a superstar. He could be an X Factor. I don't know. Maybe we'll look at the team upgrades in a second. And Tua is the quarterback. Why? Why is this a thing in Madden? You casually just have Caleb Williams chilling on your bench. I don't know why the Titans always get Caleb Williams in my simulations. No, yeah. Either way, this is ridiculous. For the team upgrade, Sidney, okay, no, if Bijan's a 99, yeah, he's getting X Factor. I don't care what you guys say, but has EA ever given a player a 99 overall or a 95 overall or above and not given them X Factor? No, he hasn't. Sidney has X Factor, he's only an 85, but he's a 90 with the boost. Bijan, 99 X Factor now, of course. Offense looks great, 92 overall team. Any other upgrades? None that I can see here, but team looks great. Let's move into the Super Bowl. Well, for the people saying that Caleb Williams was going to be a bust or a backup, technically they're kind of right here. He may be a 93 overall superstar dev, but he is a backup. And we have scored no points. Finally, we do 7-3, 7-10 here. Defense has been carrying us. 14-10. Fourth quarter. No, don't choke. It's 4th and goal. Let me play this. 4th and goal for the Titans. Tua. We got to stop him here and we can end this. No, why would I be on the 4? No, why would I be on the 4 and not run goal line here? Of course I'm going to run goal line on the 4. It's like, yeah, they will most likely throw it here. I'm not going to not run goal line here just in case they run it with Spears. 4th and goal, they are passing. Will they go over the middle? They're going out the back. Tua's dime accuracy that people keep talking about, and that should be the game, but I know the AI won't finish it unless I do it myself. 1st and 10, we're going to give the ball to Bijan here, right up the middle. Bijan, a nice carry. They're going to start taking timeouts. We have a 99 X Factor running back. Let's use him. Let's keep powering forward. 3rd and 2. I'm just going to burn all the timeouts. 3rd and 2, got a stretch play, and that's going to be a first down, and that will be the end of the game. Just lay down. Don't want to risk any fumble, and that should do it. And that will do it. The defense mega clutched up, only holding the Titans to 10 points. 14-10, beating the Titans in the Super Bowl. Have the Titans ever won a Super Bowl before? I think they've been to one. Yeah, they were like 1 yard away from beating the Rams in the Super Bowl or something. But I think this is the Falcons' first ever Super Bowl win as well. I might be bugging on that. Definitely not their first appearance. But anyways, we are going to win the Super Bowl without Kirk Cousins and Darnell Mooney. But hey, it's still a successful rebuild. That's what matters. Nathan Sidney, 1 touchdown and 1 interception. Not crazy, but Bijan, nice game overall. Let's see who your Super Bowl MVP is. After holding the Titans to only 10 points, I'm surprised it's not a defensive player, but Bijan Robinson wins the Super Bowl MVP with a touchdown and 83 yards. Lamar wins another league MVP. Buster Cherry wins Coach of the Year, and that will be all for the video and the team awards. I thank you guys all for watching. This was definitely a successful rebuild. Let me know which team you want me to do a rebuild on next. Make sure we get 100 likes on this video to do a DJ Reader Lions video, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.